Hello friends, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Srishel Todkar. I have come up with a story, The Eyes Are Not Here by Ruskin Bond. The story is about a young boy who is blind traveling to Dehra by a train. In his journey he meets a young girl and he tries to conceal his blindness from her. Friends, before going ahead, please press the bell icon and subscribe my channel so you will receive the notifications of my new videos. The story is written by Ruskin Bond. He was born in 1934 in Kasoli, Himachal Pradesh, but brought up in Gujarat, Dehradun and Shimla. He has written over 100 stories, essays, novels and more than 30 books for the children. He has published 3 collections of the short stories. The first one, The Night Train at Devli, second, Time Stops at Shamli, and the third, Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. When he was 17 years old, he published his first novel, The Room on the Roof. In 1992, he was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award. The present story originally has been taken from the contemporary Indian English stories. So friends, this story opens with the arrival of a train in the Rohana station. A young boy had been traveling in a compartment and he had a compartment for himself up to the Rohana station. He is the narrator of the story. A girl got in his compartment in the Rohana station. A couple came to see her off. Probably the couple was her parents and they were worried about her. So mother instructed her saying where to keep the things, when not to look out of the window and how to avoid speaking strangers. And they said goodbyes and train moved off. So the narrator was anxious to know about that girl, how she looked like. But the narrator was totally blind, so his eyes were only sensitive to the darkness and the light. He thought that it may take little more time to know about her, so he only understood she wore slippers as they slapped against her heels. And after a little time, he asked her a question. Are you going all the way to Dehra? She was startled by his words. He might have been sitting in a dark corner. So girl said, I didn't see anyone else was here. And the narrator thought that it always happens. The people with a good eyesight can fail to see what is right in front of them, and those who are blind, they have to depend upon their other senses. And the writer also said, I didn't see you either, heard you coming. And he thought that would it be possible for him to hide his blindness from her? And girl said, I am getting down at Saharanpur. My aunt is meeting there. And writer thought he must have not been too familiar with her. Ants are usually formidable creatures. The girl asked him, where are you going? And he said, Dehra and then Mussoorie. She was so excited to listen that she said, oh, you are so lucky. I wish I were going to Mussoorie. I love the hills, especially in October. Calling on his memories, narrator said, yes, this is the best time. The hills are covered with the wild dahlias, the sun is delicious, and at night time you can sit in front of a log fire and drink a little brandy. Most of the tourists have gone, the streets are quiet and almost deserted, so this is the best time. But girl kept quiet, she might have thought he is a romantic fool. And then he thought that he made a mistake saying, what is it like? But this doubt vanished when she said that, why don't you look out of the window? And the narrator moved along the berth and felt window ledge. He pretended as if he was looking out of the window. But as you know that he was blind, he could not see anything. He could only hear the panting of the engine and the rumble of the wheels. He said, have you noticed? The trees seem to be moving while we seem to be standing still. But girl didn't find any unusual questions. He said that it always happens. Do you see any animals? It was a very difficult question to be answered. But he said hardly any animals left in the forest near Dehra. And they kept quiet for some time. The narrator made a quiet daring and said that you have an interesting face. He knew that it was a safe remark, as few girls can resist the flattery. So she laughed and said that it's nice to be told that I have an interesting face, but I am tired of people telling me that I have a pretty face. So he added, an interesting face can be pretty. So she said, "You are a very young gallant man, but why are you looking so serious?" He tried to laugh for her, but it made him lonely and troubled. And then he said that, "We will be soon at your station." She said, "Thank goodness, it's a short journey. I don't like to be sitting in the train for more than 2 or 3 hours." But writer is ready to sit for any length of time to listen her voice. He liked her voice. He thought that as soon as she will go from this place, from this journey, she will forget him. But he will never forget her even after this journey. The engine's whistle shrieked. The carriage wheels changed their sound and rhythm. The girl got up and started collecting her things. The narrator thought about her hair, whether it was in a bun or plaited or loosely hung over her shoulder or they are short. Train drew slowly into the station. There was a shouting of the vendors and porters outside. A high-pitched female voice was near carriage door, and it must have been her aunt. Now it was the time for her to get down. Since she had come to this compartment, narrator wanted to know, and she was also eager to know about her, how she looked like, what she wore, and everything about her. But he could not gather so much information about her. He just understood that she wore slippers because they slapped against her heels, so he heard the sound of the slippers. So he only knew about her that she wore slippers. And beyond that, he could not understand that what kind of the girl she was and how she looked like. And it was the now time that they were departing from each other. The girl said him goodbye, and she was standing just in front of him. So the perfume coming from her hair, it was making him to touch her hair. He was about to touch her hair, but she moved away from that place. So even he couldn't touch her hair, or he could not do anything for that. Even after moving away from that place, the perfume which was coming from her hair was still lingering in the compartment, and the narrator felt it. The writer says that the vase, when we break it, the smell of the roses still linger there. It means that there is no effect of breaking the vase. So the perfume of the roses will be still there. So here she has left behind her perfume. So writer will have that perfume in her memory there in the compartment. There was some confusion in the doorway between the girl and a traveler who was coming in. He stammered an apology. The door banged shut and the world was once again closed. The narrator came back to his berth, sat nearby window and felt the daylight. There was a new companion in his compartment in place of the earlier girl. The guard blew his whistle and the train moved ahead. The narrator was on his imagination. The train gathered its speed. The narrator was just trying to feel what was going on outside. As you know that he was blind. He could not see what was going on there. But just he was trying to do that. And at the same time, companion disturbed him and said that, "You must be disappointed. I am sorry. I am not as attractive companion as one who just left." The narrator understood that about whom that the traveler was talking. So he was eager to know about that girl, and already he was trying to know, but he could not get the more information about her. So he thought that he may get information from this traveler. So he said to him that she was an interesting girl. Can you tell me that did she keep her hair long or short? And then the traveler gave him answer that, "I don't remember her hair. I noticed not her hair but her eyes. She had a beautiful eyes, but they were of no use to her. She was completely blind. Didn't you notice?" There is irony in the end of the story, and it was shock to the narrator. He did not realize that she was blind. He tried to hide his blindness from her, but on her side also she did the same thing. It means that both tried to hide their blindness and both succeeded in it. On the side of the girl also, we see that she deliberately did it. If she had not any intention, she would have made him to know, or she would have talked about her blindness. But she did not say a single word about her blindness. So she had also intention to hide her blindness from him. So friends, many times we think that we are concealing something from the other people, but on the sides of the people, they might be doing the same thing. Even the readers don't understand that the girl was blind. Only in the end of the story, we come to know that the girl was blind. Friends, I hope that you liked this story, and I would like to read your comments and opinions about this story. So I hope that you would drop your comments and opinions in the comment section. And thank you for watching my video.